My name is Ralph, and I'm really happy that all of you are here. This is, in my mind, one of the most important things you could possibly be investing your resources in. Developing yourself, working on yourself, processing, getting in touch with real ideas and practices that actually have an impact on our lives, that aren't just I'm trying to stop shit talking as a practice in my life, and I so want to go there. So, to betray that intention, I do just want to point out that I'll just kind of give you a synopsis of a mission statement that I'm developing, which is, my thing is, I want to enter the world of modern mindfulness, which I see as wonderful and life-saving, but is also missing some important elements in the conversation. Too often, this practice is done right here and right here only. And there's a sense of, it's all good, we're going to just keep it really chill, only certain emotions are allowed in my practice. This is really a vacation from my life, right? Like, don't put me too much in touch with it. It was a stressful week, so we're here to just undo all of that and enter into a restful state that is going to nourish me in some way, and then I can get up and leave this room and then forget all about it, right? But then somehow that's going to follow me through my day. That's sometimes the implicit belief, attitude, undercurrent that's in the presentation of meditation, and that's fine. That's a good beginning. Meditation as a means to de-stress is a great beginning, and we all need that. But there's a couple of pieces missing from the story, really big pieces that make a huge difference, because the other side of that is then the practice tends to go something like, I sit down, I try to engage with my breath. I find that, I put my attention on the breath and then it slips off, then I put my attention on the breath and then it slips off, and I'm just kind of pummeled by the chaos of my own inner workings. And, and then, tolerating that and being kind to that experience and returning to the breath over and over again definitely has its own wealth of benefits associated with it that we know from neuroscience with regards to neocortical functioning and increase in gray matter and emotional and behavioral regulation and all kinds of good stuff. And at the same time, when we don't engage the body in meditation, when we practice meditation from here up, we're missing a huge piece of the story. We're missing a huge piece of ourselves, right? Because the brain isn't just up here, it's spread throughout the body. And interestingly enough, we're figuring this out, that the body is the brain. And here's a fun correlation. In Greek, the word psyche, that we used to think of like the mind and the brain in the West, actually means soul. And then if we hop over to ancient India in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says the soul is spread throughout the body. And now here we are, 5,000 years after that was spoken, and we're figuring out the psyche and the body are one and the same. So we have to include the body. We have to include the body. And there's a ton of neuroscience that goes to show that when we engage the body, we switch over to the right hemisphere of our brains, which is non-linguistic in nature, i.e. it quiets you down. You're no longer just stuck being pummeled by inner noise. The more you can engage the body, which is incremental. We start with the body, and we will find that our minds still slip off and that we have to come back. But it is a muscle that we can develop. And then the other piece is our attitude. Did y'all know that this was about self-love? Did y'all walk in here with a visceral sense of warmth and empathy towards yourself? Is anybody feeling that right now? Can anybody tell me the last time you felt a genuine warmth and appreciation towards yourself? So that's another big piece of yes?
Yesterday.
Ah, yeah. Yesterday morning? Okay, good. In your meditation practice, right? A+ for today. Yeah. Empathy and presence are one and the same thing. You cannot have one without the other, truly. And that is probably the most important piece of this training. And it needs to be said exactly like that you cannot have one without the other, period. Because we are so full of self-loathing, and so often we step to this practice with an attitude of, I'm here to get away from myself. I'm a schmuck and I'm here to de-schmuck myself. And that will never do. That will never do. So these are the ideas that are going to inform what is going to be mindful of breath practice, and you will recognize it as such, but we're going to start in a particular way today that hopefully will function to bring about a useful result. So please come to sit up nice and tall. Make sure your seat is steady on the cushion, your sits bones are plugging in, your hands are placed on either side of your lap facing down. Mid-thigh, we tend to place our hands a little too far forward, and so you might just want to set them down and then scoot them back just a little bit so that the collarbones are wide, the shoulders are balanced. Let your spine grow long, let the crown of the head lift, let the forehead tilt forward just a little bit, the chin can move in just a little bit. Gazing down at the floor about 4 to 5 feet in front of you, and then gently allowing the eyes to close. And the tongue can relax in its palate, the eyes can sink into their sockets. You can take a big, huge, deep breath and a true sigh of relief. You made it. It's Saturday. In fact, let's do one more of those, as big and deep as you can breathe in, and then holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let it go. Let's do one more, just like that. Breathing in to really invigorate the body, and then releasing, letting go, surrendering. Good. So check in with yourself. How are you doing? What's it like to be you right now? Just notice the condition of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your body. And then I want you to remember a time when you experienced love for someone else. I want you to just remember a time when you felt a genuine appreciation for someone else. Maybe you looked at somebody and you were like, God, you are it. I love you. Maybe it was the last time you hung out with your dog and they filled you with joy. But what is it like to feel warmth and caring for another being? What is it like in your body? To feel caring flowing out. What does that feel like? What's shifting in you as you welcome this feeling, as you let it be uncovered towards this being who you understand, who you identify with, who you want to see happy and don't want to see suffer? That positive regard. Notice the warmth and the relaxation that begins to spread, how the shoulders are softening, how the belly wants to let go, how the face maybe wants to melt. Let that sense of warmth grow. I want you to exaggerate it for a moment. Really turn up the volume on it. You can take a breath and really let it become intense and deep and bright and real. Just be hyperbolic for a moment. And again, notice the relaxing effect that this has on the body. And then keep that. You can imagine that feeling, that mind state floating towards the background of your consciousness. And then one more memory. What is it like to have love flowing in? So can you remember a time when you felt cared for? When you felt warmth and positive regard coming at you from a friend, from your cat, from family, from your kid? What is it like to feel warmth coming from another being? What is it like in the body? And if there's resistance to this, you can just take a breath with that, see if you can let it go. And we all know what it's like to feel cared for. Give yourself permission to feel that. The warmth, the energizing quality, the goodness. And just breathe with that feeling, let it grow on purpose so you can really get a taste for it. And as you breathe with it, the face is relaxing, the shoulders are relaxing, the hands are relaxing, the belly is relaxing. And finally, can you keep this memory of what it feels like to be loved and bring back the memory of what it feels like to love another? And let it be nebulous, let it be sloppy. And then add the intention, this is for me. I'm the one feeling this. I'm the one experiencing this. I'm the one who's uncovered this. And allow yourself to just enjoy what it feels like to project love and receive love at the same time. Again, you can intensify it, you can notice the shift and exaggerate the shift, let it become more sensual, more bright, more meaningful. And then bring your attention to the space of your heart, center of the chest, and begin breathing in such a way that you are breathing into the heart, behind the sternum, and out from the heart. You breathe in to feel the wave of breath swell and reach the shore. You breathe out to feel it receding back out into the infinite ocean that surrounds you. You slow down and make space. You can let that wave go out completely without pushing. Just truly letting go of it, letting go of the control of the breath. And then not breathing in until you feel the body initiate the inhale. The next breath just naturally, effortlessly goes out, and there's space. You'll feel the whisper of the inhale, and you'll respond to that whisper very gently. And then out, and very gentle open space, resting your mind there, watching for the whisper of the inhale. And then when you're lost, you just very simply come back. Come home to the breathing heart. Not because some dude at the front of the room told you to, or that's what you're supposed to do, but because you care for yourself. Because you care about evolving your life. And then once situated back in the space of the heart, breathing gently, you stay there because you care. And you can even relate to the breath with that sense of caring. Like the breath is your child. And you're holding that child with your awareness, with your attention. And showing up for it 1 nanosecond at a time. And then we'll close with a brief contemplation. I want you to just think for a moment about how hard you work at life. How hard you work to get up on time and to be on time and to wear the right things and to say the right things and to eat the right things and sometimes eat the wrong things because that's what feels right too. I want you to think about how hard it is you work at your job, hard it is you work to maintain your apartment, to maintain your New York City life. To keep good people around and to put up boundaries with regards to the toxic people. To be a good family member. To go to the therapy appointments and the healer appointments and the acupuncture appointments and drinking the green juices and going to the gym and all of that. You work hard. Why? Because you care. You care for yourself whether you realize it or not. And so just a few repetitions of one of my favorite mantras to end here. You can place both hands on the center of your chest, space of the heart, and just whispering in your mind to yourself, I love you. Keep going. I love you. Keep going. I love you. Keep going. Please transition gently from your practice.